Today, I'm going to show you the magic behind the secret menu item at Bar Moonshine and Epic Universe in the Beau the Bleu D'Occamy drink. The things we'll need to recreate the secret drink off of Bar Moonshine's menu, Beau the Bleu D'Occamy, is some blue soda. You can do any blue soda you want. You could even do a blue juice, but I feel like the little bit of carbonation kind of adds to this. We're also going to use some cotton candy. Now, I would have preferred some white cotton candy, but all of the white cotton candy that I could find pre-made right now was really odd flavors, like cookies and cream or birthday cake, and I don't feel like the flavors of that would really mesh with this drink. So we're just going to do either the yellow or the blue cotton candy for this, because both of the flavors of those should pair nicely with our blue soda. And then we're going to need some purple edible glitter or luster dust and a glass and spoon to mix it all up. Let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is cut open our cotton candy. I would have preferred a tub where it would have been in more of an organic form, but I found this one at the Dollar Tree, and honestly, it's going to work just fine. So I think for this one, we're going to go ahead and use the blue cotton candy, but you could again do whatever color you want. So I'm just going to separate out some of the blue. Alright, so now that we have pulled out some of our blue, I'm going to show you two ways to do this. So in Bar Moonshine, this is one of their secret menu items, and it is a mocktail, it's not a cocktail. And in there, they call it a tea. It's not a tea. There's nothing tea about it. The only thing that's kind of tea-like is the fact that you're putting something into your cup, like a tea bag potentially, but they call it like a sachet. And basically it is flattened cotton candy. So in theirs, because it's in a little packet, and obviously it makes more sense for it to be something thin that they can stack multiples together, they went ahead and made it like a flat rectangle of cotton candy. So I'm going to show you that first. And then I'm going to show you a way that I like doing it better, because you really can make this in almost any shape or form that you want to. So the first thing I'm going to do is kind of fluff up some of my cotton candy here so that I can get it into a shape. And with cotton candy, because it's sugar, you can kind of press it into whatever form or mold you want to. So I have a little flat base here, and actually I want to make it a little bit smaller. Alright, so we've got our bottom here. And then I'm going to take some of this luster dust. And again, this is edible luster dust, not mica powder. And we're going to add edible luster dust into the middle. And then we're going to take another piece of cotton candy. And we are going to cover it. And then we're going to kind of form it together. So you really want to make sure that you pinch around where the luster dust is to make sure that it can't just fall out. So we've kind of created a little pillow, it's not very pretty, of cotton candy. Now, if you're going to slip this into like a little envelope or something that somebody was going to pull out, we don't really care so much how it looks. So that's kind of how they did it in the parks. Obviously, if I had fresh cotton candy and it was in a tub and it wasn't already kind of compressed down, it'd be a little easier to form. But I'm going to show you another way. All right, so another way we're going to do this is with a plastic Easter egg. Now, I would have preferred the smaller plastic Easter egg, but I didn't have any available. So I have the bigger one, so that's what we're going to use. So basically, we're going to open this up, and we are going to press in and use it like a mold, pressing around the outside edges. And again, we want it to take the shape of the egg, so we're going to kind of press it in and mold it. And I'm going to leave the middle kind of hollow, because again, we're going to add our luster dust. Alright, so once we have a little layer there, I'm going to add the luster. like that. And then we're going to add more of the cotton candy. So the first layer I'm going to do, I'm really going to press because, again, I want to encapsulate that luster dust so it doesn't try to come out. And then I'm going to kind of fluff this cotton candy up a little bit in here. And then we're going to mound some here so that when we press it all together, it's going to form into an Occamy egg. You kind of want it to be over full because, again, it's cotton candy. And it's going to smash down. So that way when we squeeze it all together and close the mold, we can start to form it. Now, once it's closed, I like to kind of roll it around and give it some shakes because it's just going to kind of help compact everything in there. So we're going to open this up. And pull it out. And we have our little egg of cotton candy. Now, you could, especially if you're going to use this as Beau the Bleu D'Occamy drink, you could get some silver eggs and then just put this in here so that way the guests take it out so it just looks like you're giving them an Occamy egg. And then this is going to work just like the one in the park. All right, so I poured my blue soda. I would say if you can, if you're going to do this for like a party or something, pre-pour the sodas because you don't want it to be fresh out of the bottle. It'll be too carbonated. And then 2, give it a good stir so you kind of get that bubble up so that it lets some of that extra carbonation come off because you don't want it to like over bubble when you put stuff in there, especially if you're doing it with a bunch of kids. All right, so we've got our blue soda. And now I've got our little sachet of cotton candy, and we're going to drop that in, let it do its bubbling, and let it kind of settle for a second. You can already see some of the glitter starting to form down below. And once you've seen that carbonation and fizz start to settle down, you can lightly stir. And when we stir, that's when we see that purple start to form. So as you can see, we took it from this to this. And we get this pretty purple shimmery drink. And you can do this with several different colors. I'll put a link to my edible potions video up above where I show you some other ways. Now, most glitters and luster dusts are just going to add shimmer and maybe a slight color change. So as you can see, it's not like crazy dark purple, but it is close. If I wanted to add a pigment powder or even like a powdered drink mix to the middle of that as well, it will dye it more because it has food coloring in it. Could definitely do that. Just know that when you add a drink mix in there, it's going to change the flavor. So just make sure that the flavors go together. All right. Alternatively, I'm going to show you another one. And we're going to use this glass to help us form it. So we're going to take some of the cotton candy and place it in the bottom. And then I'm going to press the cotton candy into the bottom of our glass so it kind of forms in there. And I'm going to use a spoon to help. All right, so as you can see, I have pressed this into the bottom. And I kind of added a little bit of a divot in the middle for us to put some luster dust. So for this one, I'm going to do green. And I'm going to do a couple different edible luster dusts. This is a dark green, and it is not metallic. It's just a green petal dust. So we're going to add some of that in there. And then I'm going to add a little bit of this metallic green luster dust in here. And lastly, I'm going to add just a tiny bit of this green edible glitter. I don't want to do a ton of the glitter, but I just wanted to give it some more shimmer. So I'm actually going to take just a tiny bit of a spoonful, just a little, and we're going to place that in here. All right, so now that I have my luster dusts in there, we're going to pack more cotton candy on top and kind of create like a disc. Okay, so once we get some in there, again, take your spoon. Okay, it's a lot easier to do off camera when it's in front of me. So I just took my spoon, and we are literally just using the back of it and pressing down and making sure that we really seal those outside corners. And now I'm going to plop it out. And that gives us this really pretty disc. Now, the bottom of this cup actually has a really pretty medallion, so I'm going to give it one good smoosh. To kind of add a little bit of that design into our little puck sachet. So now we've got this really nicely formed little round of cotton candy that has our luster dust on the inside. For this one, I'm actually going to do some margarita. So we are going to add margarita to our glass. Now, this could also be any type of juice. You could do pineapple juice. You could do even orange juice. Orange juice might look kind of gross with the green, but, you know, anything that's more in the, like, yellowy family, even lemonade, would be great for this. So I'm going to pour some of our margarita in here. And then we're going to take our puck of cotton candy and we are going to place that in our margarita. And you'll see that that turned it into a beautiful, swirling green color. And there is two options to take our blue beverage to a purple and our yellow beverage to a green. And both are beautiful, shimmery potions. These would be a really fun party trick for adults or kids alike. So since Epic Universe and the Bar Moonshine in Paris had their little secret drink menu, I thought I would show you how you can do it in your own home. If you guys like this video, give me the thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please do so, and we will catch you guys later. Thanks so much.